Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Naya, and today I thought it would be a great time to take a deep dive into my Pinterest board. I use Pinterest religiously for everything, including just general fiber arts like embroidery, sewing, things like that. And then I also use it for other arts and crafts like painting, pottery. I use it for clothing inspiration, hair, nails, makeup, literally anything and everything. So since the weather has been starting to warm up, I thought that it would be a great time to start looking at some spring and summer knits and also some crochet pieces. So today we're going to be scrolling through looking for spring and summer fiber arts inspiration. So here's my crochet and knitting Pinterest board. I've been thinking of retitling it Fiber Arts just so that it encapsulates like the knitting, embroidery, inspiration, anything and everything. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's dive into this section. So within this board, there's a whole range of things from tops, such as tank tops, short sleeve tops, backless, sleeveless, all the above, all the way to shorts, skirts, and then there's also some dresses. Within these categories of spring and summer garments, I have noticed a few common themes. So you'll see lots of elevated basics, meaning simple garments that have a sort of interesting twist to them. So for me, I think I've been drawn to lots of simple silhouettes and things like that, but maybe with bows or knitting with different texture like lace, stripes, different cutouts, open back, keyhole, things like that. Yeah, let's just dive in. So I thought maybe we could take a look at a few pieces that are maybe more spring appropriate and can serve as like transitional pieces from winter to spring. So I think starting with this one, this is, like I said, an elevated basic. It's got a very simple silhouette. It's just a plain short sleeve, possibly turtleneck or maybe mock neck top. I think the mock neck and then the little tie design just adds a little something to it. I think this would be a good transitional piece if you maybe lengthen the sleeves or knit it in like some sort of woolly fiber. Here's another top that I think would be good for the spring. This has the longer sleeves already incorporated into the design, but it's got these really huge keyhole elements. So it's a tie front cardigan. It's got this picot edge on the neckline and then the sides of each front panel. And it also looks like the edges of like the cuffs and the hem are slightly ruffled. Like I said, it's elevated by the little picot edges, the bows, and then also those cutouts. Here we have another spring basic. It's this raglan tee with sort of, I was going to say an unfinished look, but actually the ribbing that's on the cuffs and the hem give it that, finished detail, but the neckline is kind of left simple, raw. It's got a really cool look to it, and again, depending on your fiber, you could knit it in like a wool or maybe like a cotton merino. That way it's suitable for that transition between cooler and warmer weather. Yeah, I think the ribbing, since it's not 1x1, it looks like it's maybe 2x1 ribbing. I think that just adds an interesting element to it visually. We've got tops like this that are completely sleeveless. It's got this high neck, almost turtleneck, and the edge is left plain so that it rolls a little bit. And I think it's got a cool look to it. It's got this simple, tiny little ribbing here on the hem. And I'm not sure what the back looks like, but it would be cool if the back just emulates the front of it, or maybe you could do like a backless moment where the back panel just kind of scoops your lower back. Here's another picture. So yeah, she's gone with a completely backless look where she knitted, I guess, I-cords to connect that front panel in the back. But otherwise, you're knitting basically just one panel and then the neck. Okay, so then we have some designs like this that have, again, the simple silhouette. It's got negative ease so that it kind of hugs your body, and then it's got this asymmetrical detail where one shoulder kind of loops around and then cascades down the body in like this little skinny scarf, which I think is really cute. This blue one up here is another one that I have saved to my board, which is similar but with a slightly thicker neck scarf. So maybe for cooler nights you could knit something like this if you want to keep yourself warm. I mean, maybe it's not so practical because it's sleeveless, but the idea is there. And then there's this dress version, which this one looks like it's crocheted, but she's done like the same thing where it's like close fitting to the body and then it kind of wraps around. Okay, here's two pieces that I really wanted to talk about. They're both cardigans. This one on the left looks like it's commercially made. Actually, they both do, but I think this one is really cool with the alternating colors. I like the striped element, and then it's got these really cute gold buttons. Again, very simple, but it's got like interesting details, and you could use different pastels or you can knit it in a solid color and really emphasize the buttons if you'd like. And then this one on the right, it's this like reverse stockinette cardigan with ruffles. Again, simple cardigan elevated with the ruffles and this v-neck detail. So the ruffles kind of come down that v-neck all the way down each front panel, and then they also go around the body. And it also looks like they are added to the sleeves as well. So it's very whimsical and cute, and you could knit it in basically any color you'd like. Okay, so getting into the summer heat, I thought, what are some things that would be really texturally interesting but also suitable for hot weather? One of the biggest things is lace. So I've got quite a few that use lace, whether it's crocheted or knitted lace. So starting with this one, we have this crochet top that's like cinched at the bust. It's got these really cool buttons. It's got a ruffly neck tie, and then the rest of the body is this crocheted lace. On the back, it looks like there's these loops added so that they could weave in this silky ribbon to tie up the back. And it's so like visually interesting but simple. I think maybe their color choice helps with that. This one on the right is also really pretty. Here's another top. This is also crocheted. It's got different textured patterns that are knit or crocheted horizontally, and then you kind of turn the top around and then I guess connect it at the back to fit your body, and then you crochet little I-cords to go up for the straps. I think using different texture patterns is really smart in this case. We've got this open mesh stitch. There's simple single crochet, some double crochets. It looks like there's like a shell stitch pattern, but all of them combined create this really visually interesting top. And then she's taken it further by using different colors so that it's got these vertical stripes, which is really cool. Here's another crochet top, which I believe has a YouTube tutorial. But again, you've got different colors creating these like triangular stripes. It's got different textures with like puff stitches, shell stitches, mesh stitches, regular single and double crochet, and then all around the border you've got that shell stitch. I think it's called a shell stitch if I remember correctly. Here's another crocheted ensemble. It's crocheted with a very fine lace, so it would take forever. But as you can see, it's got different lace patterns combined that are still cohesive because of, you know, the solid color choice, but it's got the ruffled edges, it's got the, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, you get the point. Now into some designs with the keyhole. Here's one that I thought was interesting because the neckline is actually attached with buttons, so you could undo it or keep it buttoned up. But this top is knit, as you can see, and what they did is they alternated a regular yarn, let's say like a merino, let's just say for this example, and then they've alternated it with like a mohair or lace yarn, so that you're getting these bands of an opaque color versus like the see-through color, and that creates these cool stripes that are very subtle but still eye-catching. I don't know what the back looks like, but I'm assuming it's just like a full back. But again, if you wanted to, you could somehow do like an open back or low cut back. And then this one on the right, I also have saved in my board. This is actually a pattern by Matilda. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she designs really beautiful pieces that are all sort of elevated basics. Different elements like the cutouts. She's got quite a few that have this asymmetrical turtleneck or mock neck feature. My point being that she really has an eye for simply but well executed pieces. This top is a raglan short sleeve top, and then it's got that keyhole detail. It's got these really cute cap sleeves, which look like they have very simple finishings, and then, like I said, a very simple, close to the body fit. So unfortunately, I'm having too many technical difficulties. My phone keeps running out of storage, and I can only film on my phone, so unfortunately I have to end it there. But if you were inspired by anything that you saw in this video, if there's any patterns that came to mind based on the things that I've shown, please let me know, comment them down below. Subscribe, it's up to you, to support the channel. Maybe I'll do a second part to this so I can kind of finish up talking about dresses and shorts and skirts and things like that. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.